Ibinulgar sa Senado ang mga umano'y ghost na flood control projects partikular sa Bulacan. Bukod dyan, pinasabi na rin ng mga kontratistang ng ghost sa pagdinig ng Senado.
Ang sakit lang, Mr. Chairman, is that for the past 4 years, 1 billion a day DPWH budget lang for flood control. And hindi ko alam, Mr. Chairman, kung paano natin kayang harapin yung taong bayan na gigising sa umaga, lulusong sa baha, magtitimpla ng kape. Aalis ng bahay nila, lulusong sa baha para magtrabaho. Babalik sa bahay nila, lulusong ulit sa baha para magtrabaho. At wala pa hong bagyo yun. Ginagastusan ng 1 billion a day for the past 4 years.
Mga boss, kaliwat kanan na sumusulpot at lumulutang itong mga palpak at maanumalya ng mga flood control projects. At sa katunayan, di nga palpak eh. Kasi wala, ghost. Meron sa papel, pero wala sa aktual. Na hindi lang contractors ang dapat imbisigahan at papanagutin, kundi pati mga miyembro ng Kamara. Katunayan, aniya, umiikot lang sa dalawang kongresista ang kapangyarihang galawin ang pambansang budget.
Habang may nagsunod, huwag sila ang nagtutog, di matatapos siguro.
Good day everyone, I am Timothy James B. Enriquez. I'm here to talk about issues that impact the lives of millions of Filipinos, everyday issues that we see in the news, on the streets, and sometimes even experience ourselves. These include ghost flood control projects, substandard infrastructure, and higher taxes on co-workers and consumers. At first glance, these may seem like separate problems, but they all point to one bigger challenge: the need for transparency, accountability, and responsible governance. Every citizen deserves a government that works for them, not against them. Every peso collected in taxes should be used wisely to improve lives. And every project funded by public money should serve its purpose, protecting people and ensuring progress. Let's start with ghost flood control projects. For years, flooding has caused destruction across the country. Homes submerged, businesses destroyed, lives disrupted. What makes this problem worse is when we discover that some of the projects meant to protect communities either don't exist or were never completed. Millions of pesos are allocated, yet nothing is built. Imagine the frustration of families living in the flood-prone areas, seeing nothing change year after year, while officials report progress that is not real. It's not just mismanagement, it's failure to protect citizens. From my perspective, the solution is clear. The government must implement real-time monitoring projects, allow the public act budgets, and ensure strict. From my perspective, the solution is clear. The government must implement real-time monitoring of projects, allow the public to track budgets, and ensure strict accountability. Officials responsible for misuse of funds should face consequences, and citizens deserve to see the results, not empty promises. Every flood control project should be completed and maintained because people's lives depend on it. Another issue that continues to make headlines is substandard infrastructure. We have classrooms that crack within months of constructions, roads riddled with potholes, and bridges that are unsafe for commuters. These are not just minor inconvenience, they can be deadly. Poor infrastructure affects education, commerce, and safety. Students cannot study properly in unsafe classrooms, travelers risk accidents on broken roads, and transportation becomes unreliable. The root of problem often lies in poor materials, shortcuts in construction, and insufficient inspections. To address this, government agencies must enforce strict quality checks, penalize contractors who cut corners, and make sure every project meets national safety standards. Every bridge, road, and school must be built to last. As the saying goes, we must build better, not just faster. Meanwhile, higher taxes continue to affect everyday Filipinos. Workers and consumers are already struggling with inflation, rising commodity prices, and increased cost of living, yet taxes on income, goods, and services continue to increase. While taxes are necessary to fund government programs and infrastructure, they must be fair and justified. Raising taxes without addressing waste, inefficiency, or corruption is unfair to ordinary citizens. Hardworking Filipinos deserve assurance that money they earn is being used properly. Before any increase in taxes, the government must fix leaks in the system, optimize spending, and ensure that public funds actually reach the people who need them most. Only then can we say that taxes are serving their intended purpose. So what can be done? First, strengthen transparency and anti-corruption measures so that projects are not only funded but actually completed and effective. Second, enforce strict quality inspections for all infrastructure to prevent dangerous substandard construction. Third, reform tax policies to protect ordinary citizens, especially co-workers, workers, and consumers who are struggling with the rising cost of living. It is also essential to educate the public about how these systems work. Citizens should be informed, aware, and empowered to question and participate in the government discussions. Accountability works best when people are not silent observers but active participants in democracy. Despite these challenges, there are reasons for hope. Every problem we uncover is also an opportunity for improvement. Every call for accountability, every demand for transparency strengthens our democracy. And here is the silver lining. We, the youth, are becoming more aware, more active, and more courageous. We are no longer silent observers. We question, we speak, and we demand change. Together, we can push for a Philippines where public funds are respected, projects completed properly, and citizens are valued above anything else. It is not just the responsibility of the government, it is the responsibility of all Filipinos to hold leaders accountable, to speak out, and to work toward a nation built in right, justice, and transparency.